this is part 9 of Azure tutorial. In this video, we will learn how to increase the disk space of a virtual machine. So, in our previous video, we have learned what are Azure virtual machines and how to create an Azure VM on the portal. If you haven't watched that video, I strongly recommend you to do so. The link is in the description below. So what we have to do is basically create a virtual machine, but while creating the virtual machine, we are not to store the OS as Windows 10 Pro version, but in this time we will have to create a virtual machine on the OS Windows Server 2012 R2 Datacenter Generation 2. So the only change is this, rest all we have to create the same thing, and then we have to just review and create this virtual machine. I have the same virtual machine I created on my portal, so let's connect to the virtual machine using RDP. So let's download the RDP file. Let's open the RDP file. Let's connect, and then let's use the account credentials. Oops. So this was the username and this is the password. Okay, let's connect to our virtual machine and then let's say yes. So now we will remotely logged into our virtual machine. So this is establishing a connection with our virtual machine. So let's wait for a minute till it be completely loaded. There we go. This virtual machine is being completely loaded, and with this we get a tool called Server Manager. It's an important reason for the disk management to have this Server Explorer right in our virtual machine. So basically, let's go to File Explorer, and here there's in the virtual machine I will go to the File Explorer. So here it is two drives. So is one is of 126 GB and the other is of 6.99 GB. So for example, in my organization, this GB, which is 126 plus 6 GB equals 132 GB, is not enough. I want another 10 GB of data. Then what should I do? From where should I get the another drive? So that's why disk management comes into role. So let's just minimize that. So here in the disks build, so in Azure Portal, tabs are called blades. So keep this in mind as we proceed further. So here is an option for create and attach a new disk. So here in new disk, a disk name, I will name that disk hyphen underscore one. Then premium SSD, standard SSD, and HDD. We will learn more about SSD and HDD in our upcoming videos. For now, let's select premium SSD and size of the GB. So let's for example say 10 and then let's say save. So creating this, so it is creating the disk, which is we name that disk 2. So let it create fully. So the disk is completely created. Now it's updating the virtual machine while we create the disk. So let it update fully. There we go. So virtual machine is also updated. Now let's go to our virtual machine in the file explorer, and then we will see that our disk is also not created yet. That's why we need to have this server manager if open. So here on the all servers, click on all servers, and then here a option will be enabled. So let's wait for that to be enabled. So there we go. The file and storage services, click on this arrow, and here is the option for disks. Let's click on that. So here is our disk. So this is unknown, partition is unknown. So we have to convert that to so we have to say initialize this so that it will be booted within short terms. So now this is being initialized, but still we won't be able to see our disk. So that's why we have to have a wizard to download this disk. So let's click new volume. So this will launch a wizard. Click next, So this is the size of our GB. Oops. This is the size of our disk which will be created. So next. So now it will ask for the drive letter. So for now, let's select F and say next. So now click next and then click create. So it's now creating the disk. So there we go. The disk is being created. Now for now, just close that. And now we will see our disk is being created. There we go. For now, let's close this. So let's move back to slides. So the reason for our Windows Server 2012 R2 Datacenter Generation 2. And another important point is if you go to Overview tab and if you want to know in which OS our virtual machine has been created, here is an option, operating system option. And here we can say Windows Server 2012 R2 Datacenter. So this is how we can get confirmed which virtual machine OS we have created. So now the reason being is because that particular operating system has a tool called Server Manager. That's it in this video. Thank you for listening.